Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. This week's Parsha is that of Nitzavim and Vayelech. In Parshas Vayelech, we have the mitzvah called Hakel. Hakel is that in the at the end of the Shemitah year, the sabbatical year, the following Sukkos, on the first day of Chol Hamoed, it says that all of Klal Yisrael, men, women, children, will be gathered together and they will come to the temple, and there the king of Israel will have a little bima, a platform that is built out of wood, temporary, and he will read from Chumash Devarim. He will learn from a Torah scroll. And all of Klal Yisrael is coming and they're witnessing this. And they're exposed to the Kahanim and the Leviim and the great sages of Israel. And why is it that they are being summoned to come and fulfill this incredible mitzvah? This is in order, as the verse says, that they should hear and they should learn. Rashi tells us, well, the men are coming to learn and to hear. The women are coming to learn, to hear. What are the little children coming for? Because when it says the children, it says taf. Taf means even nursing children, infants. What purpose is there to bring an infant into the temple area? Not only that, many times the children, they can make noise, they can cry, and they could disturb others. Usually we would discourage people, no, don't bring the little babies, leave them at home with a babysitter or someone. But here the Torah says, oh no, all the men, all the women, children, and even the infants. Why? They're not going to be able to comprehend. They're not going to learn. What are they going to, and it says that people are going to come, they're going to learn, they're going to listen, and they're going to feel an awe of God. Well, that's true of an adult or someone with an intelligence, a little infant. We're talking a month old, 3 weeks old. Rashi says, the Gemara in the Talmud, the Tractate Chagiga says, Lama boya, why do we bring these little children? This way we are giving reward for those who bring them. What does that mean? You're going to get reward. Torah says, bring them, I'll give you reward. You want to give reward? Give reward. Why do we have to bring the children? Ask me to bring books and give me reward. What does this mean? So Rabbeinu Yerucham in Das Torah says that we find in Pirkei Avos, chapter 2, Mishnah 8, in which it says that in regard to Rabbi Yeshua ben Chanina, it says, Ashrei Yoladata, fortunate is she who gave birth to him. What does that mean? Yes, he was a great, outstanding Torah scholar, sage, tzaddik, but he's not the only one. So in the Yerushalmi, the Jerusalem Talmud, it says that his mother used to take him when he was an infant in a crib, and she would bring him to the synagogue. And in the synagogue, that's not only where they davened and had a minyan, but that's also where they studied Torah. And this way, as an infant, he was hearing the Koel Torah. He was hearing the sound, the voices of Torah. And this would make an impression upon him. And how fortunate is his mother, the reward that she is receiving, because indeed from those seeds that she planted when he was an infant, it blossomed and created the great Rabbi Yeshua ben Chananya. We see that the mitzvah of chinuch, training our children, starts at the earliest possible point. And perhaps this is what the Torah means when it says that there is great reward for those who bring their infants. What's the great reward? That the sound of Torah, the feeling of awe of God will permeate their souls, and it will be seeds that are planted that will blossom later. It's a beautiful explanation. But then Rabbi Yerucham says, But the language of the Talmud that Rashi quotes doesn't suggest this. If that were the case, it should say, why bring the children? We should bring the children so that we can train them properly, expose them to Torah. But the language of the Talmud is, bring the children so that you will get reward for bringing them. Not for training them, not for the blossoming of the seed, but just for the act of bringing. How do we comprehend this? So the Alter von Kelm, he says, we find in the Torah that the Torah is very, very strict and severe with a mesis. What is a mesis? A mesis is a provocateur, someone who comes quietly, privately, and tries to encourage others to abandon their faith and to go astray and follow the paths of idolatry. And the Torah lists like 6 different prohibitions. Don't listen, don't have compassion, don't come to his defense, don't try to protect him. On the contrary, this person who is a mesis, he's like a cancer amongst Klal Yisrael. And the Torah is very, very strict with this individual. This is what we find for someone who tries to dissuade us and lead us astray from God's Torah and mitzvahs. What would be just the opposite? What would be someone who tries to plant the seeds, someone who tries to bring those who might be somewhat distanced, to bring them closer to Torah and mitzvahs, to their Jewish identity, to the one true God, the knowledge of the Almighty's existence. Such a person, we can't imagine the reward. And this, Rabbi Yerucham wants to suggest, this is what the Talmud means. When the Torah says this incredible mitzvah of hakel, every man, every woman, every boy, every girl, even the infants. Why bring the infants? Bring the infants so that you will receive reward just for bringing them. Why? Because what are we doing? We're taking someone, a child, an infant, who doesn't have any recognition of Hashem as of yet. And we are bringing them unto God, unto his temple. Yes, these could be the seeds that shall blossom later on, but just the act of bringing them, come and be exposed to this incredible environment, to bring someone closer to Hashem, even though they're not capable of hearing, comprehending, learning, sensing the awe. Nevertheless, bringing a person that they should come under the confines, the canopy of divine presence and knowledge of God, that unto itself warrants that indeed there should be great reward for those who bring them. Even if that doesn't result in anything, just the bringing someone closer. This is a remarkable mitzvah what the Torah is showing us. We have so many today who are so distant, who are so estranged. If we can somehow reach out and make them feel more comfortable, expose them, introduce them, connect them somehow with their tradition, their heritage, with Torah, with mitzvahs, inviting them to our homes, enjoying a Shabbos meal, maybe joining us in our sukkah, and maybe even if we can encourage them to come and participate and attend services. This is the mitzvah of hakel today. This is the mitzvah of, what is hakel? Hakel is from the word kohol. We're congregating. We are forming one unit. We don't have an attitude and say, well, this person, they have no idea what it means to be Jewish. I'll let them go their way. we'll go our way. No. Hakel says we should join together. We are one. And therefore, just as I am concerned with my own family, my own body, I want to make sure that my whole body is healthy. We need to make sure that all of Klal Yisrael is healthy spiritually. And even though we can't solve all the problems, but little things we can do. We can do this mitzvah of Hakel today by encouraging, welcoming, inviting those who might be on the outside to bring them in and bring them closer. This is so important, and especially today when so many Jews are awakening to the fact that they are Jewish, experiencing anti-Semitism and things that are happening in the world and the news, and that Judaism is something that they never really dealt with, and now it's something of a reality. It's a great opportunity. It's a great mitzvah. May the Almighty give us the strength that we should be able to reach out and to indeed establish the love and the brotherhood that the Almighty desires for all of his children. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay Jewish. Have a wonderful Shabbat.